Welcome back to Mornings with Jaresha. It's the top of the week again. I'm so excited that it's Monday. Aren't you so glad that it's Monday? Did you have an amazing weekend? The weekend was great fun, and now it's due day. It's time to work. This morning, I am asking a question. Yes, first thing on Monday morning, and we're jumping right into asking questions. But think about this. If you had $1 million, what would you do with it? So if I handed you a check for $1 million, what would you do with it? Would you buy a house, buy a new car, invest it? Would you travel? I think we all know at least one thing that we would do first if someone handed us $1 million today. And I'm sure you would be extremely excited and ready to start spending it. Now, let me ask you this. What would you do if instead of being handed a check for $1 million, someone said to you, let me help you build your million? So let me help you build your million, shift your mindset, and develop a millionaire mindset. You see, a millionaire mindset is about focusing on changing your life, and it starting with your mindset to accomplish the goals you've always dreamed of achieving. It's not a small task, okay? So you must follow purposeful habits and ways of thinking daily. Now, would you keep that same energy? Would you keep that same energy that you had if I handed you a check for $1 million? Would you keep the same energy on the flip side of it if I said, let me help you build a million? Let me help you develop that $1 million. I'm going to say that probably not. Most of us, we love being able to have that instant gratification. We love the idea of knowing that we can get something for nothing. So I'm going to say probably not. It's different when you have to work for it, right? So we appreciate receiving the gifts, but when you earn it and you know that you had to put the hard work in, I feel like you have a greater appreciation of it. So let's really look at both sides of this. So if I handed you a check or for $1 million, or someone handed you a check for $1 million, and we know that it's instant. So those emotions are like, what? Wait a minute. This is the check for $1 million. And we would be extremely happy, right? Extremely happy and excited. And your mind would begin to think of all of the things that you would want to do with that money, that you're going to do with that money, which is the plan of action, right? The action that you're going to take. Now, when you have a millionaire mindset, it's a little more involved. It's a little more challenging because the end result, most of the time, is not instant. And it's not something you're going to receive right up front, but comes as a result of the work that you do. So there are requirements and expectations that one must do to receive it. Now, if you want instant gratification, I'm going to say I'm not sure really what to tell you, because you can't have that instant gratification, especially when it comes down to having to do the work. Okay. Millionaire mindset is all about the work that you're going to put in. And so we need to replace the idea of this instant gratification with an understanding of why deferred and delay is okay. Instant gratification can have so many negative consequences for so many different reasons. Just the fact of the impulse decision to immediately fulfill a desire, it can lead to making poor choices. So if someone did put that $1 million in your hand, would you really be ready? Would you be financially, would you be in a state financially to really say that I am going to spend this money wisely? And a lot of us think we would. However, what have we done to prepare ourselves financially to have that financial state, that financial just the to set ourselves up in a way to where we feel like we have a millionaire mindset, a mindset that is conducive for growth. And I can't really say that many of us are in that place, right? We're not in that place. So when we think about this instant gratification, the lack of planning and thought can lead to us not getting exactly what we want or need. So again, if I or someone put that $1 million check in your hand and you did not have a plan or a growth mindset, you may very well blow the money and be right back to where you started before you had the money. Okay. And so we have to think about how we can have that millionaire mindset, because when you have that millionaire mindset, you play to win, not to get defeated. But having the keys to build and grow is more powerful than money just being put in your hand. And I know that our mindsets are pretty much conditioned to believe that money is going to solve all of our problems. And I'm going to tell you that it will not. Money will not solve all of your problems. So we have to stop thinking that, because money doesn't solve money problems. We have to get that out of our mindset. Managing your financial resources and changing your money mindset does. So today I want to give you some ways to develop and grow and build your millionaire mindset. That is a requirement for success. And certainly if you're looking at building wealth and building your legacy. So one of the first things we really need to do when we're thinking about building a millionaire mindset is focusing on goals and what you want and not being afraid to go after it. So we often are living in this should have, would have, could have life, or I can't is a part of our daily narrative. And just know that you will never accomplish what you want with that type of narrative or living the I should have, would have, could have life. You have to play to win and win to play. And if you're not doing the work, then you're not playing to win. Matter of fact, you're not playing at all. You have to focus on what you want and become more assertive with what you want. If you haven't succeeded yet, you need to check your focus, check your actions, and if you really want it, go after it, because you absolutely deserve it. The next thing we need to really develop is we need to become goal oriented. Now, it's almost impossible to achieve anything if we don't set firm goals. The likelihood of anyone putting $1 million in your hand is really highly unlikely. And the only way to really get that quick money or that instant money is by winning the lottery. And we know the odds of that. But setting yourself attainable goals will get you there eventually. We have to get off this we need to try to get rich quick type of thing. That mindset needs to be changed. It needs to be shifted. We need to shift that mindset. So if we take the idea of making our first million and expand on what is it going to take to get us there? What are the goals that you need to set in order for you to get your first $1 million? What are the goals? What are the actions? What is the plan that you need to put in place in order for you to achieve your first $1 million? How can you position yourself so that you can achieve your first $1 million? And so once you figure out what that looks like, maybe it's your goal of, the first year, setting some kind of savings goal for the amount that you're going to save for that year. And then looking at what are the steps that you need to take to achieve the goal. We have the great resource of the internet at our fingertips. And we have that to be able to help us level up for our finances and make more money. So make a list of the ways that you can make more money today, and then start doing your research to find other ways. I promise you, if you will look at becoming goal oriented on this journey of building wealth, you will get the results that you're wanting and desire. The next thing that we need to really think about when we're building and developing that millionaire mindset is having patience and being able to or being willing to trust the process. Now, I know it's a daily task, but this is something that I tell myself every single day as I am just working my goals and taking action. You have to jump and build your wings on the way down, which means as you build, you have to have patience. You have to have patience. And again, this kind of goes back to the instant gratification. Don't rush the process. Trust the process. Do not rush the process. We have to trust the process. That is so real. It's so powerful because we all want things to happen so quickly. We want it right now, now. Give me, give me, give me. Trust the process. Be patient. Be patient with your goals and the results that you're going to do. That means you have to keep pushing forward. Even if you're not seeing something happening right away, keep pushing forward. Don't give up. One of the next things that we need to do is accept mistakes as they come, because trust me, they will come. If you are a perfectionist, and let me just say this because I understand this perfectionist journey. I understand because at one point I felt like I was a perfectionist as well. And if that is you, let me be the first to tell you that you are if you're trying to grow, that perfectionist just thought process and how you're trying to go about things is a misconception, because we as perfectionists, or if you're a perfectionist, you feel like everything has to be perfect before you can just move or anything can happen. Everything has to be perfect. You can't build a millionaire mindset with these kind of thoughts. Mistakes will come, and we have to learn how to learn from them, accept it, learn from it, and then move on. Move on. Stop thinking things have to be so perfect. Mistakes are going to happen. We just have to be willing to accept them and then keep pushing forward. One of the other things that we can do to build that millionaire mindset is not spending our money, but investing it. So we know that millionaires tend to be very frugal, and that's because they know the value of money is in investing. Being your own boss really goes hand in hand with becoming a millionaire. And whether you're your own boss or you're working 9 to 5, I'm just saying that as you are on this journey of becoming a millionaire, a billionaire, and building your millionaire mindset, you are going to want to look at your spending habits. Stop working for your money and make your money work for you. The next thing that we need to do to build this millionaire mindset is get comfortable with always learning and never stop learning. The best thing you can do is invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. Now, this is so powerful, so very powerful, because that's one of the things that we often don't do. We don't bet on self. We don't invest in ourselves. We don't want to, really spend the money into developing self. And you're worth it. You have to understand your worth and know that it's okay to invest in you. Ask yourself, are you truly investing in you? Are you growing, and how are you growing? Because successful people continually learn and adapt. You have to think about that. What are you doing to grow? Are you reading? How are you investing in yourself? Do you have a coach? Do you have a mentor? Think about this. If you're not reading a book, if you're not reading, and I'm not talking about just any kind of book, I'm really talking about books that's going to really develop your knowledge, books that's going to really help you grow. And I'm talking about getting a coach as well, and so that you can continue to learn, so that you can continue to push forward. We have to start developing the habit of learning continuously. We have to start developing that. And to me, that really can start with something simple as reading more. Learning new skills. Is there something that you have an interest in? Learn everything you can about it. And you will be surprised on how those skills can really help you with growth, how it may be able to help you, position yourself for that first million dollars. So another thing that we can do as we are building our and developing our millionaire mindset is think big and keep growth in mind. Now, I think it's best for us to take baby steps, but that does not mean that we can't think big. Okay? You should always be thinking big. There should be no shame in your achieving that big goal. You should always aim high, create that plan, and then work your plan. Now, the next thing that we can do is we could put ourselves out there and enjoy the attention that you're going to get. Now, how do you expect to win if you're not willing to step out and show the world what you're made of? To be successful, you have to be willing to promote yourself. You have to. And I know I'm like thinking about some of the introverts that are like, no, I don't really want to put myself out there. Honey, you have to put yourself out there, promote yourself. How in the world do you think someone is going to know, or you're going to get clients if you're an entrepreneur? How do you think someone is going to know, or how are you going to connect with people if you're not willing to put yourself out there? You have to be willing to put yourself out there, and don't be embarrassed to get your name out there. That means we have to be brave enough to step up and put ourselves out there. Push hard, connect with who you need to connect with, and level up. In order to level up and really become and develop that millionaire mindset, you have to be willing to do some of the things. And that means stepping outside of your comfort zone. And I really think that putting yourself out there could really be a huge step for some people to really stepping outside of that comfort zone. And we have to be willing to stretch ourselves, because in order for you to grow, you can't grow inside of that comfort zone. So put yourself out there. Now, one of the last things that I'm going to mention about developing and building this millionaire mindset is we have to take care of self. So self-care, and really specifically, do not just keep exhausting yourself and pushing and not getting your rest. Rest is so very, very important. If you want to build that millionaire mindset and really with the goal of securing the bag, you have to take care of self. Because how can you begin to build and grow if you are always exhausted and burnt out and not feeling well? You have to take care of yourself, which means exercising, drinking your water, and getting your rest. Exercising, drinking your water, and getting your rest, and making sure every single day you're exercising, drinking your water, and getting your rest. Now, the last thing, but certainly this is not this is the last thing, but last but not least, this is not the only thing that you can do when it comes down to really building and developing your millionaire mindset. It is so important, so very important, that you stop making excuses for yourself. Now, you have already begun this journey of doing better, leveling up. You made a decision that you are ready to secure the bag, build wealth, and build the legacy for your family. But we have to throw the excuses out the window. You need to throw them in the trash, because your millionaire mindset can't afford to make excuses. You have way too much work that you have to do. And excuses, as we know, are monuments of nothingness that build bridges to nowhere. And those of us who use these tools of incompetency seldom become anything but nothing at all. Now, if you are going through your day and making up all kinds of excuses, and you are striving and really wanting to secure the bag and reach reach being a millionaire, a billionaire, then you have to be willing to do things different. You have to be willing to check yourself and say, you know what? I am no longer going to make these excuses. I am going to put in the work. So if you're listening to this show right now, know that you are a superstar. You are very well capable and have everything that you need. And you deserve nothing but the best. You are a millionaire and just don't know it. You just have to make sure your habits are creating wealth and a millionaire mindset. And you're not stuck with a poverty mindset or mentality. When you have a poverty mentality, your mindset is fixed on a solid belief that everything is hard to get. You think it's challenging to make money, to get ahead in a career, to make friends, and so on and so forth. Everything in life you feel like is a struggle or an uphill battle. What I'm going to tell you is stop waiting for someone to just give you money or easy money or thinking that someone's going to put that $1,000,000 check in your hand, and start putting in the work because you deserve it. You deserve to secure the bag. You deserve the wealth. You deserve it. And you are in control of your own destiny. So you have to push hard for anything, and you'll get it. So I hope you're ready. I hope you're ready. I hope you're ready to secure the bag. I hope you're ready to build wealth. I hope you're ready to build your millionaire mindset. It's time to execute. Let's get it. Let's go.